for so far as writing is concerned. For instance, formatting book, getting your work well formatted, the font size to use, the spacing, and all of these. You get these are things that, although yes, I know how to use the Microsoft Word, I know about the font teams, and font types, and you know, and also justifying your work and all of that. But it's one thing just writing on a A4 paper on Microsoft Word, getting it saved and sending it out there. That is different from when you're formatting your work for publication. So I got to learn about that, and the process. So it was a challenge I also encountered, but I was able to learn, along the line, passing through the challenge.
So why did you choose speculative fiction to tell your story? Is there a particular reason, or was there a moment when you decided that you were ready for a speculative book, or what happened that sparked your drive for that?
As a person, I like doing things that people or the crowd do not do.
Hmm.
I like doing things that a lot of people do not like doing. So when I looked at it, I realized that speculative fiction was not a popular genre over here in Nigeria. So I decided to go into it. And not just only that, because funny enough, it is one aspect of literature where you're given all the opportunity to express yourself. Okay, so for instance, if you want to create a man that has a leg of a cock, you can do so. You want to create a creature, anything you want to create, to exist in your world, you can do so. So your imagination is not limited by reality. But when it comes to literary fiction, you are limited, okay, or literary realism, you're limited by the things around you, the things around your environment. So, for instance, if you create a strange creature and bring it to the real world, the first question the reader or a good observer will ask is, does this actually exist? Okay, so except you're doing a work like magical or magic realism, where you can bring in elements of magic into the real world,
Hmm.
you are limited in the real world. So, but if it's a work of fantasy, you're permitted to imagine anything or write anything, so far as you can be able to convince the readers of the world you've created and of also the creatures or the inventions you've made. So when someone goes through your work and sees that your work is a work of fiction, then the person can say whatever goes. Yes, okay, he can do so because he can actually do so because um, he has actually created a world of fantasy. He has gone into an aspect of literature that gives him that leverage, that liberty to express himself as much as he wants. So
Hmm.
I'm actually somebody who is good at imagining things. I like imagining things out of the blue, out of the unknown. So um, I see speculative fiction as an opportunity to be able to express myself in that light, and that's the reason why I embraced it.
How would you describe yourself as a writer? What kind of writer are you exactly, in your own words?
Unpredictable.
Hmm. I like it. So, what would you like to leave our viewers and other writers out there watching today with some words of wisdom, some thoughts, advice, anything, encouragement?
Well, when I started as a writer, I remember a friend asked me, "What are you doing with these works? Are you being paid for them, or you being paid for writing these works?" Because sometimes I would just send my work out there without being paid. I just want the work to be out there for people to read the work and then get a feedback. For me, that's the most important thing, getting a feedback from the reader who says, "Well, I've gone through your work and I see that your work is really very good. Keep it up." But some other persons always put money at the front or at the forefront of the writing career. Well, working for money or writing for money is not a bad thing, anyways. I'm not saying that's out of the picture, but what I'm trying to say is that your fulfillment as a writer is that first thing first, or primarily, is that people read your work and they see the good work you've done, they applaud you, and are looking forward also to read more of your work.
Hmm.
So, what am I trying to say? money will naturally follow. If you're a good writer, you've done a good work, a quality work out there. By the time people read your work, they will long for more, and then money will follow. So the advice to writers out there is, why the love for money is not a bad thing. When I mean the love for money, what I'm saying is why the desire to make money is not a bad thing. As a writer, you should try as much as possible to make people love your work. Write for the audience, write for your readers. Don't put money at the front or at the forefront, because if you do so, then you may be making mistakes without knowing that you're making mistakes.
Hmm.
I don't know if it makes any sense. So
Yeah, absolutely.
just
Passion. What's the
just
passion?
go for the, yes, go for passion, go for the
Hmm.
best, get a quality work out there, and other things will actually follow. And then also, publication is good. It's one of the mediums through which one can get his or her work out there. But when getting your work published, always look out for a good publishing house, okay, to get your work published, because it's very also instrumental to the success of any writer.
Hmm.
Um, World Inkers Network, I think I'll recommend publishing house as well. It's also from what I've seen. I know Professor MUTIU OLAWUYI. He's a good fellow, mentor, and of course yourself, Dustin Pickering. I've seen a couple of your work and what you guys are doing. I can also recommend you guys, for publication. So get a good publisher. International Author is also doing a great job, and there are many others out there. So get a
Hmm.
good publisher, get a good editor. Please, as a writer, do not edit your work. Yes, you can proofread your work at first to get out the errors, but make sure no matter how good you are, get your work to a good editor to edit. Because no matter how good you are, even if you're a professor, you cannot give a perfect editing of your work. Someone else will have the eagle eye to do that. I think maybe those are just the few words I can leave out for
Would you like to
writers.
share any shout outs or thank yous to anybody at the conclusion here?
Okay, I want to start giving a big shout out to Professor Carter Kaplan, advisor, the editor in chief of Nations Anthology in the International Authors, Professor Oaks Hardwick. He's also a professor in Leeds Trinity University. He read my work and also gave a very fine comment. Michael Butterworth, I also want to say thank you for your role, the role you played, yeah, to also endorse my work. Me too, Lawi, I also want to thank you. I also want to thank Mike Shivers, Tessa B. Dick, and of course yourself too, Dustin Pickering. I also want to thank you very much for the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for being on the program today. You guys out there, you've been watching World Inkers Network, and this is the conclusion of the program. If you guys know anybody that wants to be on the program, you can get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, at publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. Send a bio and a headshot, and I'll be happy to respond to you and get you scheduled a date that's for you. And if you want to donate to our program, help us move along and keep us going as fast as we can in this fast paced internet reality we're facing, you can donate at paypal.me/nyparrot. That's paypal.me/nyparrot. You'll see that there. PayPal.me/nyparrot for support. And again, publication.worldinkers@gmail.com is where you reach out to me if you want to get in touch to be on the program or to submit something to our website. We have a website, worldinkers.com. If you want to take a look at that right now, subscribe to our channel, please. We need your subscriptions, and we need we need a lot of your sharing and so forth to spread the word. And I appreciate your time for watching today. Go back and watch it again if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends and family. In the meantime, get to writing. Nice to see you guys today. That's it. Do
Done.
you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer. This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.world